A Meet Me at the Flagpole event is happening in our community, and it is a community-wide interfaith prayer gathering. And with us live on the Splash to talk a little bit more about this event is West Bloomfield Police Department Chaplain, Pastor Monica Williams. Thank you for being here, Pastor.
It's a pleasure to be with you.
I want to first get into this event, the details of it, just for anybody that's joining us right now. The who, what, where of the event. Can you give out those details, please?
Absolutely. Yes, we are inviting everybody in the community to join us at the flagpole outside the West Bloomfield Police Station at 12:30 on Thursday, May 1st for a brief prayer service, an interfaith prayer service where we can gather and spend time together lifting prayers for our country and the people that serve us in our community every day.
Okay. So now that we have the bases out there, let's kind of break this down. I want to ask you about that. What does this event, this Meet Me at the Flagpole event, mean to you personally and spiritually?
This is an event that came out of a conversation I had with our police chief, Dale Young, as he and I began talking about ways that we can work together to support our community and make faith a part of how we live in community and to lift up those who are serving our community every day. And our police force will be co-sponsoring this event, and we will have folks from the police department there to represent that department, as well as several of the members of the faith community leaders that are there so that we can join together in an act of community and to highlight the unity of our community and the ways that we all work together to create this wonderful place that is West Bloomfield and a place that we love to live together. And to give thanks for that and to pray for those who serve us every day and to hope for the ways that God will lead us as a country in these divided times.
I love that. Great perspective as well. So in your role as the West Bloomfield Police Department's chaplain, how do you see faith and public service working hand in hand in our community?
You know, so many people that I know that are people of faith are in public service. And it's largely because when you have faith in life that is beyond you and powers that are beyond you, you learn to look at the world and the community around you as part of who you are and part of what's important to do. You don't learn to live life selfishly serving yourself all the time. You think about the community around you. And the more you think about the community around you and the more you care about those folks, the more you want to be a positive influence through your work, through your volunteering, just through the way that you live among other people.
Right. And just for more context as well, for people just watching and listening to us, your role as police department chaplain, can you just explain what that role is in general?
Well, you know, it's a fairly new space for me and for our police department. And so we are partly figuring out what is the way that we can most effectively use this role to serve our police force and our community. Part of what I will be doing is making sure that I'm just getting to know the folks that are serving our community as peace officers and helping to support them in the work that they do. Life can be very difficult when you're out working with the public and when you're working with people who are in crisis. And so to help the people that are helping those in crisis is my number one goal, and to be there for them and to help them through those pieces so that they can continue to do their job well and take care of themselves and their families. And then as needs come up in the community in which they need a faith leader, to be there for those events as well, and to be a connection to other faith communities that might be more meaningful to members of our community as they have needs for spiritual direction and support.
Okay. I love that. And congratulations on the new position. I love that we're incorporating that in our community as well. And, you know, working to kind of find different solutions and you're like the hero to our heroes. If I'm being honest, that's the way I kind of see it, and providing the strength for the strongest in our community. And once again, joining me right here live on the Splash, by the way, West Bloomfield Police Department chaplain, Pastor Monica Williams, talking about the upcoming Meet Me at the Flagpole Prayer Day on Thursday, May 1st. Now, I want to ask you this. Usually religion and prayer is more of a sacred, intimate kind of thing. So why do you believe it's important for residents to take a moment to pray publicly and reflect together in a busy world?
Well, the private prayer is certainly an important piece of our lives and our world. We pray privately often, but the act of praying with others is a way for us to build our community.
Hmm.
It's a way for us to express our faith together as a way of showing the ways that our faith can also serve not only our personal needs, but the ways that we interact with our community and the ways that we live a public faith, especially in a time when religion is being used to divide us and to create differences among us, and to be able to come together as people of faith to say we don't always think alike, but we do love alike, and we
Yes.
do care about this community, and to be part of a community that honors faith as part of what makes this community wonderful, and to be able to do that together, to honor one another's faith traditions, and to
Hmm.
recognize that all of them are seeking a community of love and faith and unity and peace, and to be
Yeah.
a public witness to that at a time when the public witness often is trying to divide us. It's
No.
important to come together.
100%. As you're speaking, I'm just agreeing with you. Like, yeah, that's what we all want. We all want to be respected. We all want to raise our family. We all want peace. And if we can all do that and and use events like this to kind of set that precedent, then I'm all for it and I'll advocate for it as well. Now, I also want to speak to the fact that this is an event that kind of involves the police as well as the community. So how do you feel like gatherings like this can positively impact relationships between residents and West Bloomfield Police Department?
I'm all about relationships. And one of the things that I really appreciate about being a pastor here in the West Bloomfield community is the fact that so many of our faith and community leaders come together on a regular basis just to spend time together and to know each other. And when we know each other, then it's a whole lot easier when something comes up that needs our attention, that needs to be dealt with, for us to do that with grace, with kindness, with understanding, because we understand one another before we come to the table. And opportunities like this help us to know each other and to recognize where everybody is coming from
Hmm.
and what we care about, so that when we need to work together on solving problems, we can do that effectively and
Right.
efficiently, and with everybody's being honored, everybody's needs being honored.
Yeah, and I like it because it's giving our local police an opportunity to be humanized as well, and it's giving same thing, residents, to humanize them, just see them on a ground level. Hey, we are all here for the same cause. We're here to pray and to come together, and we all, like we talked about before, we all want safety and we want a safe community. So it brings us all down to
Absolutely.
that same level, and I love that. Now, what
Yeah.
message of hope or encouragement or just message in general do you want people to take away from this year's event?
I want people to be able to come together and to recognize that as a community, there are real people with real cares and real concerns and real goals that are part of our community, that rely on their faith to guide them each and every day.
Hmm.
And that we have wonderful people in our police department, people that are serving our community with the highest level of service every single day. We want to give thanks for that and to recognize that. We know that in the news, there's often times when we hear about bad things that have happened with police officers, bad things that have happened with people of faith.
Hmm.
And it's a chance for us to come together and to see who's really in our community, and to join our voices together as one, to give thanks for all of the good work that happens every day right here among us, and to recognize that, and to continue to pray for folks that are doing really good work, that they might continue to be able to serve us well.
Positivity highlighter. That's what I like to call. I love the way that you're wording this, Pastor, because you're hitting right on the nail on the head. Hey, I don't want to hold you up too much longer. Want to let you go, but lastly, how do you envision this event evolving or just growing in the future?
We just hope that this would be an opportunity that would inspire people to come together, to have unity in our community, right? To
Hmm.
help
Hmm.
people to create a movement of a community of common purpose where we understand one another, work with our differences instead of working against each other, or just hiding in our houses and pretending like other people aren't the same as us.
Right.
We'd love to come together and to build a space in which everybody is welcome, everybody's voice matters, and that as a positive experience for us to come outside and to be together and to offer our prayers and lift one another in prayer, that we might create a space in which people are excited to come together and recognize that spirituality and service and unity are an important part of our community, and probably even the primary reality that we live in a time when we hear so much about division and hatred.
Right, right. No, I couldn't have said it better. Thank you so much for that word, for that message, and thank you for leading the charge on this event. For anyone that's just joined us, can you please lastly give out that information for our event again?
Absolutely. We hope everybody will come out and join us. For an event called Meet Me at the Flagpole outside the West Bloomfield Police Department at 12:30 p.m. on Thursday, May 1st for a brief service of prayer. It's being hosted by the West Bloomfield Police Department and the Greater West Bloomfield Faith and Community Alliance, and we're excited to have you come join us for a lunchtime event where we will come together and lift our prayers and give thanks and hear from various members of our community as they lead us in prayer.
Well said. Thank you again so much for your time, your effort, and your information. Once again, from the West Bloomfield Police Department Chaplain, Pastor Monica Williams. Thank you again.
Thank you so much. It's been great to be with you.